Hi friends, thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight we're just going to do a just for fun project. This isn't really a tutorial, it's just kind of a work with me, but I will show you all of my steps. But I don't want anybody to mess up if I mess up, so don't follow me super closely. It really is just for fun. But I'm pretty sure I won't mess up. It's a super easy project. So what we're going to do today, excuse me, is we're going to take this jar. It specifically is the 10-ounce jar for green pearls brand of green pimento stuffed manzanilla olives. And it has to be this specific bottle or jar because we're going to be putting these cotton rounds in there. I use these for a lot more things, but I also, just use them for toner for my face for the most part. And they need a place. They're just kind of thrown around in the bathroom. So I want to make a nice jar for them. And I already took this off just because it was really easy, but I put it back on so you could see the brand and stuff. Again, there you go. The brand is Pearls, and you can find them at any grocery store. So we're just going to peel this off, and then we're going to wipe it down with alcohol. And we're going to take some contact paper, and I feel like I'm saying and. We're going to take some contact paper, cut it on our mat, and just kind of as an update for the people who've been following me, this is the same mat that I did the contact. This is for my CM350 that I've had for a long time, way past warranty. Don't do this if you have a brand new machine. But this is just a piece of contact paper flipped upside down and contact cemented to the mat. So I can lift it up and peel it off whenever I'm ready to replace it. But I think it's been like 4 months and I haven't had to stop using it. It doesn't do HTV very well. That Teflon doesn't stick to this one, so I do use my other mat for it. But this has been great for practically everything else. It's really great with contact paper, really great with vinyl, and those are the two things that I really cut the most. A lot of the hair and stuff that you can see is just trapped underneath, the stuff I couldn't get off. But here's some on here. It doesn't really attract a lot of hair either, and that's really cool. Oh, getting off of track. Anyways, that's an update on that thing. If anybody has been wondering, it's just contact cement and clear contact paper, and it's been really awesome. I haven't had to change it again, but I think that I might soon, just because, I don't want to, if I don't have to ride it till the wheels fall off and I can put a new mat on sooner and have a better time ScanNCutting, then I'm going to do that. So I'll probably replace it before I need to. It's such an easy and simple fix. So I bought these at Michael's, and I keep all of my vinyl scraps in here. I have another one that's just for HTV so that they can be separate. And you can always tell, like contact paper will say contact paper on the back. Oracal will generally say Oracal on the back, and it's generally shiny unless you ordered matte Oracal. But that's what I keep all of my scraps in. So let's just grab a piece of clear so that we have transfer tape. And then we're going to grab a dark piece of vinyl. Let's see. Okay, so this is a dark piece of contact paper. It's black. That's all that we need. I was going to do this project with white. I got everything all ready and I started recording. And it was really funny because I realized that I was trying to put white on this jar, which would have just disappeared behind the white rounds. So I had to rethink things and go grab stuff and start over. So to get the jar ready, if you want to skip this part, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm just going to be blabbing and scrubbing. So you grab this guy and just take your round, the reason for the season here, well, not the reason for the season, but the reason for what we're doing. So make sure you get all the glue off all the way around. Not only does it help everything stick better, it looks better in the end. You don't want to have any of that residue on there at all if you can avoid it. And just regular rubbing alcohol is what I'm using. I think it's the 91% isopropyl alcohol, and honestly I don't know the difference between any of them, so I just grab the highest grade because I feel like that'll be the best cleaner for things. So just kind of wipe everything up. I'm doing something on the lid as well. I haven't figured it out. Probably just a little circle, I don't know. Or maybe I'll just leave it that way. I don't know. Haven't figured out yet what I'm going to do with the lid. That might be video number 2. So here we go with the jar. I'll set all this stuff aside. Oh, I should not have left that open. Do not leave that open and close to your ScanNCut. That was just really, really, really crazy. Okay, so, and the reason it's that specific jar, like I was trying to say, I don't think that I finished my thought on that one, but the reason it's that specific jar is because it will, it fits the rounds perfectly. The rounds go perfectly into that jar. I used to have one. I didn't label it or make it nice or anything like that, but I don't know what happened to it. I think once we ran out of rounds the last time, I probably put it in the rotation for dishes, and then it probably got thrown out because I couldn't reuse it at the time because I didn't have any more rounds. It's kind of a vicious circle. So right now I'm loading the black contact paper, and I'm going to do some test cuts before we get going. I like to do all my test cuts at the very bottom of the mat so that I can leave the mat hooked up in case I want to keep cutting on this specific piece of material. So this is what it looks like. It's on my left hand bottom, and that's where I'm going to do my test cut. It's set to test cut Orcal 651, which is a little bit thicker than contact paper, but my blade, I'm on this CM 350. Oh, there, it's right there. I wish that they would put that right there so you can see it as you're looking at it, but we have to adjust the blade with these machines, so we have to do test cuts. I hear with the SDX that test cuts are a thing of the past, and so I'm really interested to see if that is true. Comment below if you know if that's true or not. Alright, so I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to choose cut and start. And we just wanted to cut the top part, and that's called a kiss cut. And so when it does that, go ahead and grab a pokey tool. I'm using a clay molding tool, but your ScanNCut should come with one. I just don't know what I've done with mine. So it looks good. It cut really nicely. Let's see. I'm always loath to do this because I don't want to mess up everything, but there you go. You can see right here that it cut, and then I can look underneath and see that it didn't cut through, and then I don't have to lift everything else up. So it is starting to lift a little bit anyways. Like I said, I think that it's been like 4 or 5 months since I did this, so it is losing a little bit of its stickiness, but for the most part, it isn't. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's get back up to the screen. Okay, well now we're back at the machine, and I'm gonna just, on the main screen, I'm gonna click OK, and then let's go back. Let's go in here and delete that, click OK. And so we're just gonna do a simple thing that says cotton rounds, and we're gonna put a little flourish on it. Oh my goodness, come on. Sorry, it's not sharp. That's really annoying. Okay, so I like this font right here and I like this font right here, but I'm going to use this one. And it's just going to say cotton, and we're going to do one for the top. We're going to do cotton and then rounds underneath it. So cotton, click set, put it in the middle so we can manipulate it. Oops, why did I do that? Click add, go back here, go to your font again, and R-O-U-N-D, rounds. Rounds. Okay. Set. And then cotton rounds, and then just kind of line them up. That needs to go over just a tiny bit, and then that one. They're about exactly the same. Okay, so then we're going to go here and we're going to group them together so we can make them small at the same time. Our max width on this jar is 6, so I'm going to go about 5.5. Well, actually, this is going to be much smaller. Let's go to 4 inches because we're going to add little flourishes on the side. Okay, add, and we'll go here again, go down here. And then you can pick any of these that you want. I really like this one for this for some reason today. So I'm going to click OK. It's not letting me change the size. That's all right because we can change it up here. Go into the edit screen, make it small. We really only want it about an inch wide. Oops. Sensitive. Okay, and that one would be right in the middle. Choose one more, click OK, and then go back into the edit screen and do the mirror on that one. And then bring it over here and place it on the other side. Click OK, and we're going to use this to zoom in and get a better look. Okay, so cotton rounds. Okay, and then we're going to group them together. Click OK. Okay, and now I shouldn't have clicked OK totally, but let's go in here to this screen. And now we see it's increased the width. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and bring it down to 575. And I did kind of a lazy version of pie. Geez. Very sensitive with this. I did a really lazy version of pi. I measured it and then I did it times 3 instead of 3.14. So I know it's around 6. And the height, it can be any height that you want, but this is only going to give us 2. And for some reason it's blocked it out. It won't let us separately make the height and width different, but that's okay. We'll click OK. And then we're going to scan in the material so that we can perfectly place it. But it is black material, so it's going to be kind of hard to see. And that's all right, too. Oops, sorry. Okay. So let's see. That's as close as it'll let me zoom in for you. Oh, and that just made it really dark. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to put it right down here. Since I have to cut off this spot anyways, let's just use this little bottom area. I like to keep as much scraps as possible. Click OK, choose Cut, and choose Start. Okay, so we are finished with that. And I need to grab some scissors. Okay. So I'm going to leave this stuff on the mat because I'm going to continue cutting stuff once I'm even off of this with you guys. But we need to cut it across so that we can take our piece and work with it. Okay, so that ensures that we still have some scraps left. And like I said, I love to keep my scraps. Getting to use them for things is really nice, and using contact paper is really nice. It's super cheap. So we have a big piece over here. Let's go ahead and cut that off. Let's cut that off. And there is our piece. So next we're going to do some weeding. Okay? And you can keep that on the mat while you're weeding if it helps. Oops. So what weeding is just, for those of you who don't know, it's just removing the negative space. So you want to remove all the contact paper that is not part of your design. Okay, and sometimes it's not going to want to go. Why not? It's trying to act like it cut, but not really. Like you can see that it cut, but it's not releasing it from the contact paper. I don't want to mess up the design. There we go. Too late, girl. It's kind of why I said it's not a tutorial. I don't want to have to keep starting over whenever I mess up. It's just is what it is. Just playing and having fun tonight. Okay. So there we go. We got most of the negative space. So now here we just have to get rid of the O's and the D, the middle of the D and the O's. You can pick those out, or you can just use your fingers and peel them off. Okay, so you could leave it like this and painstakingly take each piece off yourself every time on each sticker, or you can grab a piece of clear contact paper and put it over the top of this, and ironically that is like this exact size we need going up. So we just need to make sure it covers the entire sticker pad, you know, the whole piece of paper that the sticker's on. Don't cut it while you're holding it because you could cut the sticker. That's what I just almost did. Okay. You can always use that as kind of a little sticky workspace. Okay, so then you just gotta take your clear contact paper. Guys, I don't know why I'm talking weird tonight, but take your clear contact paper. Or do I talk weird all the time and I'm just now becoming aware of it? Oh my gosh. Oh well. Okay, so cotton rounds. And the cool thing about this is the contact paper transfer tape is repositional for the most part. If it didn't get all the way on there, you could pretty much take it all the way off and start over. You can use the squeegee or you can use this. Okay. And I prefer if you use the squeegee because that's gonna, you want all of these pieces to stick to the new piece of plastic now. You want it to stick to the clear and get away from the backing. So we're gonna see if that worked. That was enough. See, it wants to stay on the paper backing because I didn't use my squeegee. I use this piece of wood because, you know, that's what works. And the thing is that I know better, and I still did it. Do you do stuff like that too? Okay. The cool thing is you can pretty much just use your finger and push it down. And, oh. So that turned out really pretty, and it was just the designs on our machine. We didn't have to go into Cricut, why did I say that? We didn't have to go into Canvas or anything like that. So here is the jar we're going to use, and on this jar there's a seam, so I don't want it to go through the seam. I want the seam to be in the back, but also the seam's going to help guide me for the middle of my design. Now to find your middle, take your little side pieces and match them up, and then pinch top, pinch the bottom, and then you can grab your jar. Oh, there's a seam on both sides. Okay, it's not going to be that noticeable. Or you can do it right in the middle of them, but I don't know how to make sure you're right in the middle. Well, most jars don't have seams. Okay. Oh no. I was trying to move everything at once and it stuck to it. All right, you gotta go. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about seams because this isn't that big of a deal. Unless you think it's a big deal, then worry about them. So with this, you're going to take it and you're going to line it up as best as you can. You want to go ahead and use tape or marker or any other way to do this if you want it to be perfect, like if you want to sell these and stuff like that. And just put it on there, wrap it around. And so from here, you can start to peel it back, or you can go through, and this is where it is okay to use your little piece of wood. And I don't know if you can see how bright that still is. You want to try to make it where this is as dark as possible. So you want to rub specifically these pieces, the dark pieces, because you're trying to get them to stick to the glass now. Okay. But you don't want the rest of this to stick, so you don't really have to pay that much attention. If you have a little, I have another one of these that has an angle on it, and that's what I thought I was grabbing. But if you have, you know, something, little mini card or something like that, you can always just kind of rub it on. Just do your best. Okay, so this stuff is very thin, and no matter what transfer tape you're going to use, you're probably going to get some pushback. It's probably going to want to stay on your transfer tape. But we're going to see if this happens. So it's coming off so nicely. It's not trying to keep anything. That's so awesome. Oh, it looks so good. And this is actually reusable. You can use it again and again and again until it loses its stick. I tried using some Cricut kind the other day, and I didn't realize that I grabbed some stuff called Strong Grip. And it totally ruined my project, but it's okay. It was just a you know, something I was doing to see if I could do it. All right, so here is the cotton rounds, and so we're just going to take the whole top part, open it up instead of taking them out and putting them in one by one, and we're just going to shove it in like that. Okay, how did I do this last time? That's not how I did it last time. Last time I did it some way where I was able to, like, this magic, yes. I had these pushed in and then I pulled the bag out. And then there just was this big, but that doesn't seem to want to work this time. That's okay. unfortunate because it's not going to look as nice as I wanted it to. It's going to be all broken up, but come on, guys. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to keep filling these, filling this. Okay, so it would have been way cuter if I could have got them all to go in there really nicely, but unfortunately that's just not my thing today. But I think it still came out really cute. So I'm probably gonna maybe put a ribbon around this part right here and maybe put some fabric over the top. I'm not really sure. But now we have a place for our cotton rounds. I love whenever everything has a place. All right, I hope you guys had a good time. I had fun. See you later. Bye-bye.